Good morning, everybody. This is Diggs. It's another beautiful day out here in the Pacific Northwest. I hope you guys are all having a wonderful Tuesday today. Today, we're going to be talking about Jayden some more. We're going to be talking about what you should have if you are planning on pulling for him. And we're going to ask the question and kind of explore, is Jayden a trap? Kind of a lot to think about there, but let's go ahead and dig in. First thing we're going to talk about is what you should have if you want to make Jayden work. And I would say it's pretty specific. And I think Jayden is one of those units who is not going to be as versatile as you might expect, right? Black Rose Helena, you can kind of throw into any composition. You know, Halloween Leela, very similarly. But I think Jayden is going to struggle with his flexibility. And that is mostly because the vision cards that he can use are a little limited, and the fact that he is only going to really benefit from a few things is going to be problematic. So let's talk about kind of the units that are going to synergize really well with him. That's going to be Yuna and Elena, probably number one top priority. Fina is going to be really good too. Any unit that's really modified by magic and his light element is going to pair really well. We also have Warrior of Light and Engelbert, which could pull off some shenanigans with him. For vision cards, you're going to want to have Bahamut, Scion, and you're going to want to have Horn. Now, these are kind of like the three bread and butter light vision cards that everybody is going to want if you are running a light formation. I would say if you're missing Bahamut, if you're missing Scion, if you're missing like two of these and you don't have kind of those builds or that future plan when the Final Fantasy IV 14 remake comes out again, right? When the Endwalker event comes out here in a month, then you're going to probably want to skip Jayden, just because these VCs are so powerful. They're going to be integral in buffing his kit, and I think you are going to be needing all of them and changing them out quite regularly. You can run him with some neutral VCs. It's going to be a little bit difficult because you are going to have to find a vision card that has magic on it, right? So that's probably going to be like Black Rose Helena's VC would be really good on him and also give a party-wide benefit that's not element specific. Ramu could be the same way. Basically, the other vision cards that are here, you're going to want to have on other members in your party. That's going to be like Odin for single hit resistance, missile attack resistance up from Lucia VC, similar with Frederica, magic resistance from Fenrir. You know, if you're trying to make like a neutral Jayden work, it's going to be a little bit difficult. I mean, I would probably just slap Black Rose Helena on him. I might even just slap the Ildira VC on him just for that magic up in that area resistance protection. If he does have his VC, well, it's a tough call because I might actually put on Ildira's VC as opposed to his VC if I am running a neutral party. That way, everybody's getting a benefit and it's not just Jayden. It's kind of a tough situation. He's kind of a like... Jayden is that awkward puzzle piece when you're trying to find your formation and put them in that is a little bit difficult. In terms of Espers, basically you can only run Carbuncle or Bahamut being the best, Carbuncle being second best. You could technically do like Iron Giant or maybe a missile attack up Esper, but those are going to be substantially less effective because they're going to have less modifiers and they're not going to be magic oriented. In terms of equipment, you're going to want the Diamond Coat. You're also going to want the Ring of Light, and you're going to want Kazar, right? Diamond Coat, very important for missile resistance penetration. It's also going to give acquired AP up, which is going to be very important. The Light Ring, if you are wanting to set maybe some light attack up and set some dark resistance on Jayden. And then, of course, the Kazar is universally just his best weapon, and you're going to want to set that. In terms of TMRs, you know, I didn't put a TMR on here because TMRs tend to be very versatile and fluctuating. I actually wonder how good he would be with sort of like the curing TMRs because he's going to be backline. He's going to have high magic, so he's going to have a potential to pop like rejuvenation or one of these TMRs that can heal quite a bit. You don't necessarily need AP generation TMRs on him because he has increased acquired AP up and he also has decreased AP consumption. And, you know, his kit is kind of designed around not needing bells. It'll be interesting to see kind of what TMR people tend to focus on him. In terms of future units, you do have Lucio coming out. You also have Thancred EX to think about, who will be coming out next month. And we also have Cecil EX, kind of all brawlers. And again, their synergy is not going to run too well with Jayden. You do have a lot of future counters though. You have Garvel, you have Golbez, you have Kane EX, you have Prompto, who's a free unit. He's not on here, but Lamiga is going to be coming out. So there's a lot of dark units coming. Not very many light magic units. So just know, before you go crazy on Jayden, just be aware of what you are getting into. Now, in terms of whether or not he's a trap, let's take a look at our handy dandy Windows calendar right here. And you can see here, I plugged in for this week, we have Jayden and Jayden's vision card coming out. Next week, I am assuming Valouche is going to be coming out. Valouche maybe potentially with Halloween Leela and Halloween Ryu EX potentially. I could also see them releasing the new Frederica Halloween unit next week. And you never know, there could be a second Halloween unit. We don't know for sure. You never know. Like, they released them in 2 last year. We've never had just a single like holiday unit, right? So I imagine there'll be some type of second Halloween unit as well. And it's important to know, we don't know what element those are going to be. And, you know, you could pull for Jayden, and the next thing you know, like, Halloween Frederica could be dark element and absolutely destroy, right? Like, we have no clue what's coming. And with Jayden being a 100 cost unit, I would urge caution on pulling. I really think you have to have like the perfect storm ideal setup to pull for him, because we don't know what's coming in the next 2 weeks. We do know that Oberon is probably coming in November, so we know that Earth meta is going to be starting then. There's just too many unknowns. We don't know Leela EX's power level. We don't know Ryu EX's power level. There is a lot going on that we do not know. There's a lot going on element-wise in general, right? With Halloween Leela, we're also going to have Valouche coming out. Who knows what global power-ups he might be getting. Paired with 2B and Tifa, they're going to be a force to be reckoned with. We're going to be getting Halloween Ryu EX, right? With Oberon, literally, potentially the following week. We have GL Zazan. We have Coconut Lilith EX. Like, our Earth composition is EX'd much faster than JP, right? And we're going to have units that JP didn't have when kind of Earth Pierce meta showed up. So Earth could just absolutely be dominating in 2 weeks, and Jayden could be old news. And then we don't know how the Halloween units are going to fit into it. We also don't know what the Endwalker units are going to be here towards the end of the month. Thancred is probably going to get his EX, which will be great, but how is that going to affect things, right? Is he going to become like a native tank? He's a pretty good unit, especially if he had like native enmity generation, got some more power-ups. I mean, he could be a light version of Dwayne potentially, right? And then what about the other 2 units that we're going to be getting? If we're getting Sage, right, it would make sense that if we got Alpha No as Sage as a light element unit, that's going to be a magic light-based unit. I mean, all of a sudden, he's going to pair pretty well with Jayden, and Jayden might be really good to pull. So there's a lot happening that could potentially mess up this entire spectrum of Jayden or not Jayden. And I would almost say wait until Sunday when the news comes out for next week before you pull for Jayden, or potentially even wait for the Sunday after, right? And see if they're announcing a new Halloween unit, what the Halloween unit element is. Like, try and delay pulling Jayden as long as possible. He's a normal unit. He's going to be in the general pool. He's 100 cost, so his pull rate's going to be reduced. He's going to be bait, and he is beautiful bait at that. And because he's a complex unit, people are not going to know how to utilize him properly. And it's one of those situations where I could see someone pulling for Jayden and absolutely having, you know, buyer's remorse as soon as you have, you know, Final Fantasy 14 coming around the corner or Halloween units. And I mean, you literally could have any element unit here and it could change the meta substantially. Like, we are in a place right now where the meta is probably the best it's been in a long time. We have dark meta, we have light meta, we have wind units that are reliable. Earth is about to be like, any element is viable, right? Lara Croft, actually a great unit that released and very powerful. So there's so much going on right now, and there's so many synergies that are happening. I think pulling for Jayden, unless you're like a whale or a dolphin, is probably a bad idea, because we don't know what's going to be coming over the course of the next month. There's potentially 4 limited time, 2 from Halloween, 2 from Endwalker, units coming. Who know? For those of you who don't have Scions, this could be an opportunity for you to get the Scions VC from the Final Fantasy XIV collaboration. We don't know. So how do you do this? How do you handle this? You wait until Sunday. You don't pull on Wednesday or Tuesday night. We'll of course be pulling, but you don't pull then. You delay, you wait, you kind of have it marked out. You pick up the shards as you're going along. And if you have to pull like the following Monday or something, like just make sure that your setup is good. Make sure if you do pull Jayden, or you are pulling Jayden, you have something like this, right? You have a light composition that is going to synergize very well. Anyway, everybody, thanks for watching. I hope you guys all have a great rest of your day. If you want to support me, you can use my affiliate link, dig.gs/coins, or you can go to dig.gs/offer as well. And have a great one, everybody. I will see you guys tonight. I will be pulling this evening, so I will see you guys there. Bye-bye.